The tension in the shoulders? How?
Yeah, that's still there a little bit. Probably a 1.
Mhm.
I can just feel it on my left shoulder. In the middle there's a bit of tension there, but not on my right shoulder.
Okay, so it's shifted. Instead of being spread throughout both shoulders, it's more in the left shoulder in the middle.
Yeah, like a ball, a little tight ball.
And is it still that bright pink flamingo kind of tension, or is it shifted in color?
No, it's a very, very light blue.
And then what about the thought, I deserve to have this because I've worked so hard? How true does that feel?
No, well, I'm not looking at it like that at all. I'm looking at the glass thinking it's just there. It's not like my prize that I need to pick up.
It sounds like you've had a cognitive reframe where now you're looking at it in a different way than you were before.
Yes, definitely.
Because last time we took the measurement, you said I could pop that back to the fridge and I might have it later. So I deserve to have this because I've worked so hard. Still felt like a 1 last time we measured this. Would you say it's a 0 or a 0.5?
0, no. I could pop that back in the fridge, no problem at all.
And the other thought that we were measuring, it would be nice to finish the day off with this glass of wine. Last time we measured that, it was an 8. How true does that feel?
No, that is way low. It would be nice to finish the day off with a glass of wine. No, I'm not thinking of the day in terms of that wine now as that jumping over the fence as my prize at all.
So would you give it like a 1 or a 2?
Yeah. No, yeah, 0 to 1. Not really anything.
Like a 0.5?
Yeah, if we have to give it a number, I just don't think it's there.
Or a 0? Would you say it's more
a 0? I'd say it's 0.
And how do you know then? How are you thinking of your day moving forward now? Are there any other thoughts or anything else you'd rather do?
Well, I actually want to do some sewing. So I'm thinking that I'm going to lay some material out and get on and put a pattern on some material and cut that out. Prior to this call, it was, I deserve that wine. I've just worked hard today and I'll have that glass of wine. And that would not allow me to lay the material out and put a pattern on it and, cut out a pattern to sew. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So then the only thing that's left to check is the overwhelm. On a scale of 0 to 10, how overwhelmed do you feel?
I don't feel overwhelmed at all. At all.
So that's a 0 too?
Yeah.
So then the only thing that's still a 1 is the tension in your shoulder, that leftover light blue tension.
Yeah.
Do you want to see if that could potentially go down to a 0?
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay, wonderful. So tapping on the side of the hand, even though I've still got a bit of tension in my left shoulder.
I've still got a bit of tension in my left shoulder.
After this really tiring day. I choose to
relax.
And even though it's been hard to relax. With all the work I've done today. I choose to. Anything else you want to add?
I choose to just let it all go.
Let it all go. One more time. And even though I've worked really hard today.
And
it was exhausting.
And a thought that just came up was, but that was my choice.
And I now choose to?
And I now choose to let it go.
Top of the head, that was my choice. Eyebrow, it was my choice to?
It was my choice to put pressure on myself.
Side of the eye, because?
Because I'm looking in corners where things might need to be done.
Under the eye, and I'm here to acknowledge that. Under the nose, anything else you want to acknowledge?
I don't need to keep looking in corners for things that aren't necessary. That may not need any attention at all.
Under the mouth. But my left shoulder needs a bit of attention now.
Yes, my left shoulder needs a bit of attention now.
Collarbone, because there's still a bit of tension that feels like a tight ball.
There's still a bit of tension that feels like a tight ball.
Under the arm, this tight light blue ball. And is it like on your left shoulder, kind of in the middle?
It's in the Yeah, it's in the middle on a muscle. Yeah, light blue tension on a muscle.
Top of the head, choosing to let this tension go.
Choosing to let this tension go.
Eyebrow, I want to relax.
I want to relax.
Side of the eye, I'm feeling more relaxed.
I'm feeling more relaxed.
Under the eye, feeling ready to let it all go.
Feeling ready to let it all go.
Under the nose, letting it all go.
Letting it all go.
Under the mouth, relaxing this ball of tension.
Relaxing this ball of tension.
In my shoulder.
In my shoulder.
Collarbone, letting go of this ball of tension.
Letting go of this ball of tension.
That's left over.
That's left over.
In my shoulder.
In my shoulder.
Under the arm, relaxing and letting this go.
Relaxing and letting this go.
One last round, alternating, top of the head. This tension in my shoulder.
This tension in my shoulder.
Eyebrow, relaxing this tension.
Relaxing this tension.
Side of the eye, this light blue tension. And does it still feel like a light blue tension?
No, it's like a smoky clear grey.
This smoky clear grey tension.
This smoky clear grey tension.
Under the eye, letting it all go.
Letting it all go.
Under the nose, this leftover smoky grey tension.
This leftover smoky grey tension.
Under the mouth, relaxing and letting it all go.
Relaxing and letting it all go.
Collarbone. Does it still feel like a smoky kind of grey tension?
Yeah, it's like a puffy little cloud now. Feels quite opaque.
So this puffy, opaque cloud of tension.
This puffy, opaque cloud of tension.
On my muscle, shoulder, how would you?
Yeah, it's on my shoulder, a muscle, shoulder muscle.
In my shoulder muscle.
In my shoulder muscle.
Under the arm, relaxing and letting it all go.
Relaxing and letting it all go.
And let's take a nice breath in. And release. So when you look at that glass of wine, does the tension in your left shoulder still?
No, I'm just laughing, looking at it. Seems a bit crazy now. It's crazy now that I'm doing all this tapping over this liquid in a glass. Yeah. That's excellent. That was great.
And the tension in your shoulder, would you give it like a 0.5 or what would you give it now?
No, I think that's gone. There's no color. There's no shapes coming. Yeah.
And
nothing.
What do you feel in your body now?
I feel good. I feel like I've got more energy. Yeah, feel good.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
No, I think that was wonderful. Like I really liked the choices thing. That really resonated with me. And I think my mind as well, that I actually do have choices. And the way that I run my day is my choice. But I was defaulting to the negative and looking in corners to busy myself up. And actually now I've just had this thought, maybe I was busying myself up so that I could have a glass of wine at the end of the day. Just had that thought.
And the interesting thing is, because today it's the weekend, it's your day off, isn't it?
Yeah, day off. Yep.
So it's wonderful that you've made that connection, because it's like, technically we're free to choose how we spend our day off. But, sometimes when we crave something, then you're thinking, well, but for me to have that, I have to deserve it. I have to work hard kind of thing. Be like, well, if I, choose to do something and then work really hard, then I'll feel like I can reward myself with X, Y, Z, a glass of wine or what have you.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think I have that belief. Work hard and then you can have the reward at the end of the day. And I actually do now think also there are days where I do busy myself up just to have that glass of wine at the end of the day. Yeah, crazy minds that we have.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for volunteering to do this recording. It's something that's so common, having cravings for a glass of wine at the end of a working day. And so it's like so valuable to have this recording that we can then use to do a borrowing benefits exercise for others to also benefit. I really, really appreciate you for volunteering your time to do this recording with me.
My absolute pleasure. And thank you for doing it with me.